Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Tuesday night with Hilly, and we are at Zandvoort in the Netherlands for round 6 of the season for WAOF1. And as always, it's full qualifying, 50% race as we wait for the drivers to get in. I'm going to invite Operator has agreed to do the interview this evening, so I'm just going to invite him in. So let's do that. Okay, I just realised I got no sound whatsoever. Why have I got no sound? Yeah. Let's try this. Hello? Hello, operator? Operator? He's definitely there. Alright, let's try again. Maybe it's not working because my side wasn't working when he joined. Let's remove him in, invite him back in. Right. Right, I've just got a message from operator to say his mic isn't working. Right, well in that case, I'm going to have to invite in someone. Who have I spoken to and who haven't? I am trying to remember. I've done James, I've done Corey, I've done Oozers. I haven't done well. I've done Moomin. Yeah. I saw Percy a minute ago. Let's get well in because he's admin. He knows if I'm inviting him, there's obviously something wrong. So let's see. Otherwise, we won't be doing an interview, and I'd have started way earlier than I'd have meant to. Yeah, okay, operator, no worries. Trying to invite someone else in. Who else might join? Trying to think of people I actually sort of know a little bit. Right, let's try meet bro. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh well. Oh, here he comes. Excellent. Hello, meet Burl.
Yes.
There you
Hi.
go. I'm wondering if you'll save my skin. We operator's mic won't work, so I can't do an interview with him like we're supposed to. So I want you to save my skin, please, and do a quick interview.
No problem. No problem.
It's only a quickie, all right. So I'll just ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll get on to the quiz thing that I do. So, first of all, obviously, great start to the season for you, flying high at the moment. Eyes behind you, I guess, for Carsey catching and how he's doing, but he's still got a way to go to catch up to you. I think things have started pretty well.
Yeah, no. elated with how things are going so far. Anyway, it's kind of been ideal starting point. Getting to build up that the lead that I've got. So, I mean, focus on Roman is keeping control of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, we know Carter missed the first two races of the season, so and you performed well. You performed very well in all the races so far. So I'm just having a quick look if I can find it quickly enough. Just having a quick look at the driver's standings. So yeah, at the moment, Carter is up to second now in the standings, so he is the guy chasing you, but he is 64 points behind. So
Yeah.
I mean that's two race wins basically. So. But obviously, that's two race wins without you scoring. So you're in a great position in the sense that as long as you can keep scoring well and strong, it's going to be very hard for him to catch up.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's kind of the ideal position. Because I know I know there's definitely the chance of me taking a few race wins here and there, and if I can just other than that keep going the way I have, I think I've got a really good chance this season.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. Okay, but you do need to stop working together. Okay, I haven't forgotten that from last week. So stop working together, because you're rivals definitely. So yeah, start thinking of ways to like sort of put him off or something
Take him
like
out,
that.
yeah, no,
You
don't
know,
worry
yeah,
about that.
anything like that. Right, okay. We'll move on to the quiz then, which was of course for operator, but it's going to have to be yours now. So, 5 questions. We start off with an easier one, move on to slightly harder, and then multiple choice, Formula One question, and then a ridiculous question at the end. Okay.
Okay.
So your sort of easier start is: what is the name of a female pig?
Well, I don't know that. No, do you know
Why
what?
not?
It's no, because I'm not a native English speaker. It's pig because I'm not sexist.
I like it. You're not gonna have like male or female pronouns for the pigs. It's just
I
pig.
know the name. I know the name in Swedish, but I don't know the name in English.
Okay, what is it in Swedish?
I'm pretty sure in Swedish it's suga.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, tick.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah.
Let's go.
No, I'm giving you the point because I'm just assuming you're right. But it's either sow or there's two answers actually. It's either sow or guilt. Spelled GILT. So yeah, interesting one. Okay, on to your second question. I'll try to go a little bit quicker because obviously we've only got a couple of minutes. Who directed the film 12 Years a Slave?
Oh, my film knowledge is non-existent, man. I'm not made for this. I have no idea.
Okay, it's Steve McQueen is the answer.
Yeah. There's no way. I don't recognize the name anyway. So there's
Yeah,
no
not
way
to
I was
get
getting
mixed up
that.
with because there was an actor called Steve McQueen as well from The Great Escape, but they're not the same person. So just to clarify that. Okay, your multiple choice question then. So, what year did Pablo Picasso die? Is it A, 1773, B, 1873, C, 1973, or D, this is a terrible question because he's not actually dead yet?
He is dead, I'm pretty sure. And I think he's a lot more recent than my gut. I'm going to say 1973.
Okay, see, yeah, that is correct. He died April 1973. So well done on that one. That gives you 2 because I was nice to you on the first one. I thought I'd be nice.
Let's
You know,
go.
I got to be nice to you on that first one because you've come in and done the interview for me at very short notice. So, well, no notice at all, really.
Right.
On to the F1 question. I think this is actually very hard for F1 for an F1 question. So let's see how you go. In their time as a constructor, how many race wins did Jordan F1 have?
Ooh.
I'll tell you, they started 250 Grand Prix.
250 grand.
How many of those did they win?
I genuinely don't know this. I'm gonna say 7.
Okay, 7. Ooh.
It is 7.
No, it's not. It's 4.
Oh!
4. So, but you're close. That's not too bad because a lot of people might have thought they'd have won more than that. So,
I was kind of
their first ever race win came in 1998 at Spa. Damon Hill won that.
Yeah,
one.
I know about the Spa one. But
yeah. Then a year later, Heinz Harald Frentzen won 2 races. He won Magny-Cours and Monza. And in 2003, Giancarlo Fisichella won in Brazil.
okay.
There we go. Okay, so that's 2 out of 4 so far. And we come on to your ridiculous question. Okay, so I don't know if you've listened to many of the other quizzes, but this fifth question is just a ridiculous question. Okay, so I am going to give you on your question. I'm going to give you a leeway either way. Okay, of the answer, I'm going to allow you to be within 30 trillion. Okay, so 30 trillion either side, and you get the point. Okay, so how many cubic meters of rainfall is there per year on Earth?
Cubic meters of rainfall. I'm gonna say 150 trillion cubic meters.
Oh, I like the thought process there, and I like the answer, but it's you're a little way out. It's 510 trillion. So you had the right numbers actually. You just had them in the wrong order.
I'll take that. Half a point, maybe.
Oh, I reckon I should. I'm still feeling nice because you came in and did it. So I'm giving you half a point just for saying the right numbers, just not necessarily in the right order.
Let's
go. There we go. That was what was going to be Operator's quiz. He's now sat somewhere thinking, "Thank God I didn't do it tonight." That was now Meat Bros quiz. So that's 2.5 points, which puts you in joint second, I believe, at the moment. It's either joint second or third. I can't remember which without checking. So I know O's leading away with 4 out of 5. So I think O's has got 3 actually. So I think he'll be just behind O's.
Oh, God damn it!
So, but you're ahead of James. He got 2. So you're ahead of him. You're ahead of Meat Bro as well.
James.
So sorry, you're ahead of Meat Bro. What am I talking about? You're ahead of Moomin. So
okay. Top 3. Let's go.
And he had help. He had Gunnar helping him. So,
okay.
All right, mate. Look, I'm going to let you get into qualifying. Good luck for tonight. I normally at this point ask what the goal is, but let's be honest, your goal is pole and the race win. So, but we will see, and maybe I'll be speaking to you at the end in a way. So, good luck tonight, buddy.
Let's hope.
And I'll speak to you at the end, maybe. All right. Cheers, Meat Bro, and thanks for doing that at such short notice. Cheers, buddy.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. Okay, guys, so that was Meat Bro, our current championship leader by over 60 points, so that was good to have. Operator got it working. Oh, you used Sow as well. Sorry, Operator. How did you get with the other one? 360 trillion. You were closer than Meat Bro was, and I gave him half a point, so I probably had to give you half a point there, didn't I, really? See, there we go. But I'm not doing that every week, so, I'm not going to feel that nice every week. So, hey, Taylor, thanks for joining, buddy, as always. And Matt Murder, let's go, Nick. You're a Nick fan. Nick fan. Nothing wrong with Nick. Good lad. Good driver. Glad to have him here. His first out on track this evening then is Relax, I'm Just Alex. That button changes the camera now. That means 2 buttons change the camera now. I never used to do that. There we go. Small things and all that. In a way. 18 on the grid at the moment, which is disappointing. It was supposed to be a full 20, so rather disappointing that 2 people haven't attended yet. Although I did see that 1 person was joining during qualifying because they weren't online just yet. Hang on, how have I managed to change drivers? I'm so sorry, Alex. I was into the pits anyway, so it didn't matter. It's probably right to change driver. I've got no idea what's going on now. Let's just stick with Lego Lamb so that we get to see a lap. This wonderful Zandvoort circuit. Evening, Gooner. I should miss you this week, but good luck tonight. Magnificent F1 23 form hopefully tonight. Zandvoort, still quite a recent addition as far as the tracks go to the calendar. I think it was kind of brought in because of Max Verstappen, really. I kind of felt we had a home Grand Prix, so brought Zandvoort. I quite welcome it. I didn't necessarily like it when it first came out into the game, but as I got used to it, I quite enjoy it now. It was up a different sort of challenge as Corey gets us started with a 110.9. I've heard people who are lapping 108s, 107s in practice, so not everybody obviously, but that's where we expect the pole to be somewhere around. There's Lego Landers 109.9, Dorian 110.3, James 110.5, Newman 110.6, and to Adams to the line. On the medium tyre, 109.8 goes fast. It's a nice lap from Adams. And Meatball is out there on the mediums as well. Just get the tyres up. So you can see there actually that Dorian, James and Newman all did their laps on mediums. So it's not necessarily interesting keeping two fresh sets of mediums for the race. The strategy around here will be a one-stop, although I did see a couple of two-stops the last time I did comms around here, and they did work quite well, so I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a couple of two-stops, especially because it can cover off the safety cars well as well, if there were to be any. It's down to the fast right left. Strange, it's all, you kind of enter it, it's like a chicane entrance because of this, it's a right-left, but the second part of it is more like a hairpin than the exit of chicane, so it's quite a strange corner that one. I can't think of another corner like it really. Calendar. 109.6 from Meatball goes fastest for the moment. Mamo heading for the line, 109.4 for Mamo, that's on the softs. Operator is out there. Ash, I think, heading for the line as well. No time changes, so I'm not sure who that was, but nothing changed on the timings. Operator 111.8 goes into P10 at the moment. Big downward as well, disappeared too. There he is. Oh, I think he's just had a little moment actually, Whale. Not taken to the pits, let's stick with it. In fact, let's do a hilly hot lap with Whale. Remember last time I did a hot lap with Whale, so into turn one, quite late braking, late turning, just caught the grass on the outside, which I think is maybe lost slightly into turn one. Always be a little bit careful through the right hander that leads into this left hairpin. The higher line tends to offer the better grip to get out of the hairpin, then reach up to the top of 7th gear as you round to the right. May gear down to 6th, but I think personally I'd try and stay in 7th if I can from there. It's just more grip and traction. Late turning again on this right hander. Oh, he's going to run out wide and he's round. Okay, I've got a feeling that he might be listening to me, so if that's the case then I've put you off Whale, I do apologise. Let's see if we can move on. Obviously on an outlap, but returning to the pits for some reason. The weather looks a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? Well, the sky looks grey and dull. Guys. I must be expecting rain. It looks so bad. Mackenzie letting the car through there. What else we've got? I think that's Gunnar actually, so let's go to him. Sector 2. So we'll try another hilly hot lap a bit later. As Gunnar across the line, 109.5 goes P2 on the soft tyre. After this with that time reset it early in the session. Oh, it's just invalidated there, just a little bit mistake on exit. It's a Nick who's just coming over the line to start the lap, so let's do the hilly hot lap. So into turn 1 there, again late apex, turn in, allows you to open up the steering, that little bit seal to get on the power, down into turn 2 or 3, whichever one that is. Be careful for the right-hander, very slippy, take a higher line on exit, ideally out the hairpin for a better traction exit, as the Ferrari's not exactly getting out of the way. And operators in the pits, so that must have been Carson. Okay. A slap on the wrist for Carson for that. Sorry, it's taking my mind off the lap, but this is exactly where Whale was when he made the mistake. So turn into the hairpin. It's not as much of a disaster this year if you touch the inside curve, but ideally you still want to avoid it. Down into this right left. I find it best to sort of drift round the second part. Open up the steering again, get on the power into the penultimate corner. Late turn in again will allow you to open up the steering that little bit sooner. Down the final corner. DRS is before the final corner now, which is unusual. DRS on the corner. And Nick over the line goes P4 in the Red Bull on the softs with a 109.6. A decent lap that from Nick, and that will see him through to Q2. Looks like Wells maybe in a bit more trouble. Gunnar there retiring in the pits. He's happy that feels that lap will get him through. We've lost monkeys, by the way. I've missed that one. So lost monkeys from qualifying. I see. I'll hot lap now. Wide through the right hander. It's not too bad. Especially, you know, with his pace, he doesn't need to set a blistering lap time for him in Q1, so a little mistake here doesn't matter. It's more about just trying to get it done first time, saving the tyres. Final corner then. It's to the right, as you can see. Well, it won't be what we'll be doing in the race at, because as you can see, it creates the marbles on the right front. Disappeared now, but it's a 109.1 from car C. A lot of time left in that lap. Not bad going. Q1. Here is down here, currently on a 110.5 in P12. No other track does that I'm aware of. And that's an improvement of 6/10. That puts Stammer into P8. And I think that will see him through. We'll wait and see, obviously, but that should see him through. Losers is retired on a 109.9. Feels the safe, that is in the pits. Alex currently on a 111.5. I don't think it would have been a proper lap for Alex, so he's not improving here in second down, so always seems like he's cruising a little bit actually. This is Corey. Currently on 110.9. Actual cut off at the moment. Well, the driver who is in danger zone, which is Taylor McKenzie, is on a 111.4. He's definitely capable of a lot faster than that. So there's definitely plenty of improvements still to come. At the moment, you've probably got James in the Alpha Tauri sat in the pits wondering if he needs to go out again, but before he improves to P11 on a 110.1, I mean, it's touch and go for James on a 110.5. I'm not sure he can sit on that, to be honest. One of those, he might be alright on it, but is it really worth the risk? As Adams improves over 3/10, and that's P4. It's ahead of Nate Burrell. What else we got then? Dorian. Start the lap. Easy Red Bull. Dorian. One of our many Royal Irish drivers. Some very, very good fun drivers indeed. And a Red Bull teammate as well. Here's his teammate's Nick actually, and he's currently up in P6. He's actually on an outlap, Nick. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nick's using the same tyres for another lap, because it'd just be practice. He definitely doesn't need to set a better time, so I can't imagine he's using a fresh set. It's retirement in the pits this time, Nick Burrell. Down the corner then, as you go, 109.8 puts in P7 just behind his teammate, who's coming round to start a lap, so let's go to Nick. After this we will look down to sort of Alex and Operator, because those are the guys that are trying to get through, but James is out now, he's out on track, I mean not out of the session. He's actually the man in danger at the moment in P15. Nice through the right-hander there from Nick. So nice for the second right-hander. Okay, just keep him up to the end of sector 2, see what his time's like. By 7/1000ths of a second down. Stick with him. As soon as he crossed the line, we'll go down to Alex. Or Operator. No, Operator actually, I think he first. That's Operator's just behind us on track. So Nick crosses the line, improves by 24/1000ths of a second. As I think he's used the same set of tyres. Operator heads to the line 110.9, keeps him in moves into P16 ahead of Alex, who is on his way around the final corner now. Can he manage? 111.1, improves his time but not position. James is back in the pits, so he is going to get through James, but only just. Well, he's out there again on an outlap. I guess that's just a bit of protection. But, the only thing I didn't look at there was what sort of energy are these guys. Well, Operator's got no energy. So switch that off. You could do a cooldown lap here and go again, but he needs to gain some energy back to do that. If he's got the fuel, actually, I think his fuel light's flashing away, so I don't think he's got the fuel to do that in a way. Alex potentially. He's got to switch the energy off. See what he's like through sector 2. 4 attempts down for Alex. Elevates as well. Again, his fuel light is flashing away, so I don't think he's going to be able to do another lap. Which will mean Operator has driven into the pits. Alex follows him, which means the top 15 now are safe and through. James is out on an outlap. Presumably there's a little bit of a defence mechanism, but he is definitely through now, so may choose to just take the tyres. It comes James then, and hopefully Nick, Dorian, Lego and James, well James already has, and Alex will just retire for us and we can move on to Q2. Although not long to go on the clock in a way, so it's not too much of an issue if they don't. So we'll lose Alex, operator, and evening glitch. You're joining in Q2, so you're going to be starting from the back of the grid, okay? No worries, buddy. At least you join in. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, we lose operator, Alex, and Monkeys from Q1. And we know that Glitch will be joining then during Q2, and he'll be starting the race from 19th. Not sure who else hasn't turned up, but actually, it's Master Spread hasn't turned up. Yeah, so just double check in. Yeah, Master Spread hasn't turned up. He's marked as not participating, but he's done that late. He's supposed to let an admin know if you're going to change your attendance late. His teammate banged. Okay, let's get to it then. Just checking something, but go. Who was out first? Looks like it's an Alpine. It is indeed. It's Taylor out first. He's out on soft. Only one driver's gone out on mediums. That's Dorian in the Red Bull. I don't think admins are going to be too impressed with Spreader not turning up. He's took over a full-time seat. Last week should have been his first race as full-time. He didn't attend that one, and now he's not attended tonight for whatever reason it is. I don't know. He's also not notified an admin, so definitely going to be in some trouble. But in a way, let's concentrate on the guys that are here. And Enzo is one of those. How many frames do they need on the right hand side of that corner? Just noticed that, I never noticed that before. Oh, Sailor runs out wide. You can do that if you touch the outside curve there. It's not guaranteed to do it, but it can kind of pull the car off. There's Taylor just there, going well out the way for Legoland as he comes through. DRS open, as you can see there. He's up, steering, comes into the penultimate corner. Still a case of don't touch the inside curve there. It's not as deadly as it has been in the past. It's still very iffy indeed. 109.6 gets us underway for Legoland. And I wouldn't be surprised if the cut-off is in the low 109s in this session, so or the low to mid 109s, I'm not sure exactly where, but well, Moon's just done 109.4 already, and we've got 109.6 Legoland, 109.6 Adams, 109.7 for Whale. 10.1 Corey, 10.4 Dorian. Mamo's heading for the line, he goes 19.9. Gunnar 19.6. I'll get to anyone else. That was just happened there. So Percy's just driving out the pits. Nick over the line, 108.9. He's the first driver into the 108s today. Go to Ozers. One of our league owners, and then Whale are the owners of WAOF1. In fact, it is Whale and Ozers F1. Fantastic owners as well too. 109.8 goes into Q7. Alfa Romeo. What the he is on the lap. Just clearing the exit there. Be careful. Gets to the line, 110.1. Goes P11 on that time. Carcy and Meatball on outlaps. Carcy is first on track, so we go to the Ferrari man. Two championship rivals. Also very good friends away from the track, but rivals on it. Well, they are when they're the guys vying for the championship. Obviously, never in team events or anything together. They're actually friends and teammates, but this they are rivals. So Rossi over the line. You can see the line through the first corner, not really going too tight to the inside because the higher line on exit offers the better traction. Very much like here, you kind of need the car over to the right to get the higher line on the exit. Just navigate the way through the left rights. Those left rights in the dry are absolutely nothing, but if it absolutely tips down with rain, they suddenly become corners, those left rights. You may even have to lift slightly. Such is the nature of the track. That's the biggest feature of Zandvoort, is the banking corners, the hairpin, and then the final corner. Notice the banking on this final corner. Look, straight away starts. See the cars. Not sure exactly what the angle is. I think it might be about 30 degrees. But, across the line in a way, 108.5 for Garcia. And Meat Pearl. Front corner as well. DRS open. 109.0 for Meat Pearl. He goes P3 by Nick. Right. So I'm not sure exactly where to expect the cutoff to be. Damir is the driver currently in 10th, and he's on a 109.8. So the top, well, second to 10th is covered by 9/10ths of a second. Please. Where is he actually on that now? I think he is. Yep, he started as that. With 110.199 first time round, but you've got to remember though, is in Q2, a lot of the drivers will have used the same set of tyres they used in Q1 for the first laps. And as soon as they use a fresh set, they automatically go quicker. Even if you do a slightly worse lap, you still go quicker because of the nature of the fresh tyre. Jumps up through sector 2. Would take him up to just about where the cutoff is at the moment. Presumably, there'll be a bit of time through the final sector as well. That's a line then Corey, and it's a 109.7. That puts him P8 just ahead of Whale. almost half a second up, but he's had a little oversteering moment. Of that right left. Now Nick Bro is retired. As Mamo improves by just over 6.5 tenths, he goes P4 on a 109.2. Somebody just jumped up. I think it was actually Dorian who's gone into P8. 109.6. Nice. Oh, Boulders. Going off track into the gravel. Very careful, he's got a driver coming around. And Alpine doesn't look like that Alpine's driving very fast, so I don't think he's on a hot lap. So let's move to that Alpine was Mackenzie. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's a different Alpine. Anyway. Go to Nick then. I think this lap is very much just more of a practice than anything else. Walker needs to be free. Better. Still catches that inside curve there. Yeah, that's not what he wants to do. He just wants to avoid the inside curve. Back tight. This wasn't improving. Here's master spread. What's going on there? In. He's not on the lap. What about Adams? No, he's just finished that. He's just improved actually. Adams up to a 109.2. That is a nice lap from Adams. And P4. It's like a hot lap to me. Not really been a Q3 regular this season. He's well, let's call it regular, I guess. But he has had a couple of qualifyings where he's been just outside the top 10. Still very competitive and normally moves forward in the race. It's qualifying just not quite as consistent this year as he has in the previous seasons. An exceptional driver. Oldest man on the grid, by the way. He was absolutely lovely for telling me that. But the oldest man on the grid. 109.299. Couple of attempts up. Goes P6. Who else we got? Adams is on a cool down or an in lap. Moon's on an in lap. So who is closest to Damier? Is that Damier? Yes, it is Damier. He's on an 8 lap, just coming around to start the hot lap. I'm really quiet compared to the engine at the moment. Okay. Oh, Damier's round. He's cutting the tyres out in the pits. Wait a second, Damier. Couple of cars. Just wait for the Alpine, Damier. If you're listening, there'll be an Alpine. There he is. Excellent job. Okay. There you go, glitch. That should have sorted itself out. Or not sorted itself. I've just changed it in the options. Just turn the master volume down. should sound better now. So I've got to up it when I'm racing. It's ridiculous. It's so quiet for me when I'm racing, but in comms, I need to then turn it back down. But I don't always remember, of course. Unlike elephants, I do forget occasionally. Corey goes P10, knocks Dorian out of the top 10, who's just coming round himself. He's going to nick it back, he goes P8 and knocks Corey back down. Where else? We've got... Let's go to Whale. Right-hander. I just can't tell if the driver's backed out or if we're still going. Ever so slightly down. He's out, so he will continue. Can he gain anything? No. Just over a 100th of a second. We've seen him gain one place. He just makes a mistake on the final corner. And finishes that lap. Corey retires out and is out. Ozers is not improving. Damir is not improving. So that is effectively the end of Q2. And we're going to lose then Corey in P11, Mackenzie in P12, Whale P13, Oozers in P14 and Damir in P15. But through to the pole position shootout is Carsey, Nick, Meatburl, Mamo, Adams, Moomin, Gooner, Dorian, Lego Lamb and James. Through to Q3 after being so close to being eliminated in Q1. Found the form in Q2. I'll tell you, you're not slow. It's testament to the league, actually, to the standard, because the time you've done there isn't slow at all. I can hear you again. Yay, that's good. There used to be that option glitch. I don't know if there is anymore. I don't know. I try not to mess around with things if I can avoid it. I'm not the most technically gifted person with these things, and I worry that if I mess around with too much, I'll completely mess it up altogether. So I try not to. Anyway, guys, I've realised I haven't done. So there's something I haven't done for a while. I haven't done an animal impression for quite a while, and I know that Oozers and Whale in particular will be very upset that I haven't been doing any animal impressions recently. So, I did some different ones before, but Synchron is fun. It is glitch. It is fun. But I cause problems. So anyway, as I have mentioned about an elephant, unlike an elephant, I said I do forget. I may as well do an elephant sound, so I'm just going to pull the mic away from my mouth a little bit because it might be loud. But here we go. How was that? Oh, God, I made myself laugh in a way. It's just seemed the look I just got from my dad. Oh, God. Right, okay. That definitely rivals Oh, don't you worry, Taylor. That will be a clip. Vale won't let that one pass. That one definitely rivals my cat impression. So, oh God, I've actually got tears in my eyes. Right. Okay, let's get back to the racing, shall we? Okay, so we've got Lego Lamb, Dorian, James, Carsey, Adams, Moomin and Gunnar all out on laps. Gunnar thought you might get knocked out in that last session, but he was absolutely fine and he is through. So... Right, so, I didn't actually look who's first. Who's first? It's a Haas by the looks of it, which means it must be Moomin. Or Adams, because he's also there, but it's not, it's Moomin. So, there he comes, ready to go again. By the way, Glitch, have you actually got in? Have you joined? Watch Moomin start his lap. So he takes a slightly more sort of tighter line through turn 1, as you saw there to what we saw Carsey in that taking. Interestingly. I'm a little surprised that didn't invalidate, you know. It was slightly off track to the right there, but it's absolutely fine. DRS zone opens there, and see the little green light above the rev counter. That is on when DRS is open. Just for anybody watching that doesn't know that. And the final couple of corners, DRS open again. You see that light just comes up above the revs. Across the line, and he gets the session started with a 108.9. Faster than he's been before. 19.4 for Lego Lamb. Carsey immediately 108.192. James 109.492. What a lap that is from James. Sorry, I was about to say he's 3/10 off of Carsey. It's 1.3. It's 1.3 seconds, isn't it? Sorry, no offense, James. That was a mistake on my part. A little bit too of an inside line there as he catches the gravel there, Mamo, and that would definitely have affected his lap. Head to the line, so he absolutely knows where he's got some time in his lap. It's a 109.2. Actually can go quicker, by the way. He did 107.9 earlier on, so 107 definitely is possible. Him in a way. As Meatball starts his first run, and he'll be the last of the drivers doing their first run, so everybody else on the board. Yeah, apart from Carsey, so if you take Carsey out of the equation, Moomin P2 on a 108.9, James in P9 on a 109.4, so the top... Sorry, take Carsey out, so 2nd to 9th. 8 drivers covered by half a second. See, nice, tight grid. Of course, do this track in pre-season, so they have raced this together before, and Carsey certainly didn't have it his own way that time. I'm getting that guy, actually. Anyway, Meatball over the line, 109.8. He goes P2 then, just ahead of Moomin. Moomin in P3 is a beautiful sight.
years of speculation, the return of the Dutch Grand Prix.
Discord chat, you've already put one in there, and you've already clipped it.
I'm sure the meteoric rise of Max Verstappen has some part to play behind the event's comeback. This circuit is made up of 14 corners, the last of which is banked at a staggering 19 degrees, making it twice as steep as the banking seen at the Indianapolis Speedway. Ever heard singing coming from the Alpine garage? Some say that's legendary mechanic Curly.
Right, okay. Lego Lamb appears on track, but there is another driver on track actually. That is the Williams of Meatborough. Although he's on his in lap, isn't he? So of course he's on track. Let's go back to Lego Lamb. He will be first to do second run. He managed 109.462. He's just 300ths of a second ahead of James. So tight. A couple of tenths and you jump up sort of 3 places. So as I said about outside, it was between 2 and, well, what is now 10, but second, third and fourth are covered by just over 1/10 of a second. Thanks, Lich. I ought to do a separate thing for Hilly's animal noises. I reckon I get more views for that than I do for the Formula 1. Anyway, here comes Lego Lamb then. This is the big lap. This is where you've already set your banker, put them on the board. This is the big run now to see just how quick you can go. Definitely on fresh tyres. All 10 drivers, if they do a second run, will be on fresh tyres for that run. As Lego Lamb improves by just over 1/10.5 in set to 1. That would already move them up 2 places. Just the nature of such a tight grid. Sector 2 was good, and Sector 3 so far is looking good as well. So here he comes to the line. It should be a good improvement this from Lego Lamb. So 109.2, he goes P6 just ahead of Gunnar. Picks up 3 places. Who's next? Haas. Adams, he's on an outlap, so let's go to the Red Bull then. If I can find them. There's only 10 drivers, how can I not find him? There he is, it's Dorian. Here he comes, up to the end of Sector 2, nearly 3 tenths up. That takes him down to 109.1, which would actually see him move up to P5. Much more through the final sector. Can he nip it just into the 108s maybe? Not quite. 109.014, very close to it, but he does go P5 just behind his teammate. Who we got next? There's a Haas on the way round. Did I just miss Nick going over the line? I think he might have done. Moment on its way round. Doesn't improve, just under a 10th. Bang, but Nick just improved up to P3. What else have we got? That's and Meatball both on outlaps, so they will be the pole position shoot outside of it. Second up for Adams here. That would actually move him up to P6, and he doesn't need a huge amount more to get Dorian, so again the question is, can he nip it into the 108s? Yes, he can. 108.994 puts him P5, so that means the Haas are 4 and 5. Vast improvement from the Haas seen this week. So we're very close on track. Just gone into the final sector they have, so we will see Jones's lap out, and then we will move to Meatbro as he is the furthest round out of the two. That's the end of sector 2 here. Once he found ran a couple of attempts, which is on target to displace Gunnar. Gunnar, I believe, is behind us on track actually, so we'll move to him next rather than straight to Meatbro. James 109.2. He goes P7. Nice lap, James. The final corner. He manages a 109.038. He goes P7. And let's get to Meatbro. He's slightly down through sector 2. Carsey also down through sector 2. But with Meatbro being down, Carsey is going to take pole. And Meatbro pick anything up in the final sector. And he did, he gained 20 thousandths of a second. Carsey goes into the pits. And that looks like the only possibility here of any sort of improvement. To the right, has he managed anything? Oh, he does, he improves by 10th. That's put him ahead of James, so he moves into P8, Mamo. Displaces James. And Gunnar is on an in-lap, so that is it for qualifying then. So it's congratulations to Carsey on pole position. Meatbro P2, Nick in 3, Moomin 4, Adams 5. I will just finish off. I think I can remember the rest of the order, but I just want to make sure I get it right. So, if it wants to move on at some point, that'd be great. Yep, lovely. Okay, so yeah, Adams P5, Dorian in 6, Gunnar 7, Mamo in P8, James P9, and Lego Lamb P10. Fantastic qualifying. Again, if you take Carsey out of the mix, who's 6/10 pole, ahead of second for pole. If you take him out of it for, well, just under half a second, so 0.482 covers P2 to P10, which is absolutely superb and what we want to see. And there's the only few warnings of that session. Moomin, well done, buddy. Superb. Back to form. Back to form. And a great job from your teammate as well. So, well done, mate. It's nice to see you out there. So, guys, we have the 50% race that is Zandvoort coming up in the Netherlands. Now, it's a reasonably long one. It is a 36 laps, so it's the highest amount of laps a 50% can be. Oh no, that's not quite true, because Monaco is 39, isn't it? So, sorry, second highest then. But it will fly by quick if it's a good race, which I am sure it will be. So join me again in a few minutes. The stream will remain on, but I'm just going to disappear to get a coffee because I'm definitely going to need it. So tough, really happy for Gunther. Yes, Gunther Steiner, he'd be very happy with the pair of you. I'll be back in just a moment, guys. See you then. Supposed to be. Ah, there we go. Back with you. Excellent. Discord. A start is 8:59. Which it is now. Don't know why I didn't just say 9 o'clock to be fair, but there we go. Here we go. So, formation lap. Here we go. Carsey will lead us round. It's the problem for Carsey. He's just honestly. If he literally won every race to the end of the season, he would overtake Meat Brawl and take the title. But it's really difficult for him that Meat Brawl consistently qualifies just behind. Well, challenges at some tracks to take pole, in fact, but it's always there, right behind, waiting to pounce. And if he does get Carsey into turn one, just because Carsey was quicker in qualifying, it won't automatically mean that he will be able to get past in the race if Meat Brawl could get the better start here. Let's have a look at the tyres then. Oh, interestingly, look, Meat Brawl is set up to try and get Carsey off the start. So Carsey starting on the hard tyre, Meatball on the softs. Should feel right to give him a better launch. And most of the field on the medium tyres to start. We've got Gunnar, Lego, Lamb and Corey and Ozers on the hard tyres. You've got Glitch down in 19th starting on the soft tyre. So see how that works out for those guys. I think if I was racing, it always depends on where you qualify exactly, but if I was racing, I'd probably be happy to start on the hards. Because they can cover off no safety cars, but it can also cover off an early safety car. You can switch to doing 2 medium stints after it, which is effectively what Meatball's going to be like. I would imagine that Meatball is 2-stopping, starting on the sauce, but it's not definite. James misses his grid slot, so starting a bit further back. Not position-wise, he starts the same position, but he starts... I'm not sure exactly how far it is, but it looks like a good meter to me back in the grid slot. It's not a bad view. All the lights on. Off they go. Away we go. It did look like Meatball got a better start. In fact, here he is, down into turn 1. He will be able to brake later. I would have guessed that was almost a certainty. There's a bit of contact going on further down the grid, but nothing too massive looking. All it is for the drivers affected, I guess. Looks like Well's been caught up. Kenzie, Lego Lamb as well. Such a good quality. So a few drivers called up at the start. I can't see any obvious signs of damage to anyone, so I think, as much as they'll be frustrated, I think we have all... I think everybody's got away without damage in a way. We'll soon find out when they come back round the pits, but Mick Moomin up to P3 as well. But look at the position changes off the line. Biggest gainer off the line is Glitch, who's up 8 places. I guess no surprise, starting in 19th on the softs. Up 6 Master Spread as well. And up 6 as well is Monkeys. Some really big starts out there. Early doors so far. Meatball's not able to get away, despite being on the soft tyre. And Moomin at the moment is staying with them pretty comfortably. In fact, as is Nick. Adams is a little bit close to falling out of 1 second. It's just within inside it for the moment. And see a bit further down, making a place back, get past Alex. We got a bit of a timing glitch going on actually. It's saying that Carsey is 1 minute 12 seconds behind Meatball, which is pretty impressive. Seems we're only on that too. So we had a bit of a timing glitch there. It doesn't seem to be affecting them. Doesn't seem to be affecting the cards at all. And it's corrected itself now that they've crossed the line in a way, so we're okay. Oh, 6 fastest lap. He's really close to getting out of the 1 second. And still laps tick away. Meatball's tyres, they won't be feeling great for too long, the softs around here. So these early laps, so important for Meatball, you feel. It's not all about Carsey here. It's not all, if he is 2-stopping Meatball, it's not all about trying to create a gap to Carsey. It's also about trying to create as big a gap as he can further down to the rest of the field, so that when he comes out of the pits, he doesn't drop too far. Bit of action going further down. As well, gets past Monkeys. Well, now following Operator, who's got a decent start up to P14. Seems to move out of the way for a while there. Not quite sure what that's about. Not sure why he's done that. He's going to get DRS back here. Should have DRS. I'm not quite sure why he's not got DRS open unless he doesn't want to attack him. Let me see if somebody entered it. He didn't. I thought he did. Oh! We've seen that though. That's Taylor. Mackenzie. A moment there as he lost his wing. He's got a wing there, but is the left end plate missing? I'm not sure. I think it is. Yeah, the left end plate's just missing off the front wing. So that is going to require a pit stop when he gets back round. A really difficult place for that to happen because it's pretty much the furthest he's got to go to be able to get back round to the pits again. Maybe Lego Lamb was who I saw pit, by the way. It back now. So, okay, so now Meatball and Carsey have pulled a gap out to Moomin. Oh! Oh, who is it? I've lost him. Mamo! It's Mamo! Mamo round. Don't think he's got any damage. No, he seems to have everything intact, so we'll march on down to P13 for him. And Operator going along quite nicely at the moment. Saw him let well past, but he's just outside the 1 second as well, so it's going on quite nicely. Keep on, buddy. As Monkeys gets past Alex. And up him to P16. Let's get ourselves back to the front then. As Carsey looks like he's got a run here on Meek Brill. He's on the outside. The lead up to turn 1. And now around the outside, he should get a better exit around there. Anterior on the right hander. That's a good little video actually to show sort of racers that are learning the side-by-side side of racing. Not much room left on the right hander because it's easy not to leave enough, and you force the guy you're racing with across the curb and a bit of the grass in it, and they're in the wall, and it is down to you. But plenty of room left there. RC then takes the lead of the race. So 5 laps completed on the softs for Meat Burl. Now, if he's going to go for the 2 stop, I would imagine the first stop would come around about lap 10-ish. And then 2 13-lap stints on the mediums. But it's not guaranteed. He may opt to come in for hards. Whenever that is. He's going to get a chance back on Carsey. As you can see, Carsey allowing him to go to the inside. It's a really unusual thing to do, but to say the grip on the outside of turn 1 on the exit is so much better. And that's why Carsey did that. He knew he'd get a better exit around there. And that's allowed him to hold the place for another lap. Nick has gotten into P3 ahead of Moomin. Missed that one, but move is done. They are on the same tyres as well, so that's a genuine positional battle, really. So we can't be sure they're on the same strategies, but with a thought they probably are. Hey Chips, thanks for joining, buddy. Okay, so this battle going on. We've got the battle for first going on as he holds him back this lap as well. So I'm guessing somewhere around lap 10 if Meatball's 2 stopping. He may not be. He may be 1 stopping. Moment. Able to stay in the DRS of Carsey, so no need for him to pit yet. I'd imagine that if he was to drop out of the 1 second, that is probably the time that he pits, because he's lost that DRS. It's hard to know exactly where he'd come out right now, and I think he would still, at this point in time, lose quite a few positions, and I also think that he'd come out in quite a bit of traffic at the moment, so I think they need, for him, they need to eke out a bit more time yet. He goes again. Obviously again, allows him to have the inside of the corner. Meatball is in front on the exit here, so Meatball does get the place back this time. The ERS difference, 40% advantage for Carsey at the moment. See the grip difference in the tyres. I think Carsey's got a lot more grip in those hards now than Meatball does in the softs. The softs are beginning to go. It actually physically looks like Carsey is having to drive a bit slower so as not to hit Meatball here. Which is difficult to do as a driver because I'm so used to driving flat out pretty much. So much these days in F1, to be fair. It's not like the old days, the Schumacher days and that, where they genuinely did just drive flat out until they ran out of fuel and then came in for a load more fuel. Because no refueling now, not quite like that anymore. Here goes Carsey then, and he has his favourite outside of the corner. And a bit of contact this time between the two of them. But Carsey retakes the lead of the race. Certainly giving us something to watch, these guys. I'm trying to figure out who that yellow flag's for, but Weil is into the pits. Oh, he's picked up 5 seconds on the speed in the pit lane. Switches, it is a front wing change. Maybe it was Weil then that caused the yellow flag. I'm not sure. Genuinely not sure. Couldn't see anything. I was looking down at where the yellow flag was, but couldn't see any. The cars sort of stopped or anything, and look at Carsey now, over a second ahead. It's just Carsey's version of hammer time. He knows Meatball's beginning to struggle on those tyres, so Carsey's said, right, I'm going to put the hammer down now. And you can see that, look at the energy. You suddenly use 30% energy, Meatball is in. So this is a 2-stop. There's no way he's 1-stopping from here, so that I fully expect to see him go to mediums here. And I think he'll be using medium to the end of this race. Well, I may well be wrong. He's gone to the hard tyres. Again, presumably, that then is to go to the end of the race, which I'm a bit shocked about. Now he exits the pits in P11, just ahead of Ozers. Anything Ozers can do about him while he's on cold tyres? I don't think so. The effect of the cold tyres on F1 23 just isn't anywhere near what it was on 22. I quite like that cold tyre effect on 22, although it was a bit extreme, but I like the idea of it. I think they've gone the other way this time as Meatball goes wide. Meatball wide and off track, and he is round. He has to. Oh! He's struggling. He's been on the gravel on those tyres, and to do the 1-stop from soft to hard, that is definitely not what he needed. gravel would have hurt the tyres. Without doubt, I think he will possibly need to do another stop. But he knows that that is any chance of winning this race has probably just disappeared. Unless some sort of safety car comes to the rescue at some point. So, other races going on then. Master spread now to P10. So Glitch I was looking for is in P17. Oh, of course he's pitted as well. So Glitch has gone to the medium tyre, so he's two-stopping. So I really wouldn't be surprised if Meatball has to do a two-stop now. He's on the back of Monkeys here actually, Meatball. Let's just go to... Monkeys stays well wide, padded away. And these guys ultimately, they'll see Meatball's name, they know he's pitted, they know it's not his battle. They still know he's getting quite out of shape on the exit there though, that corner. Oh, I think he might be having some internet connection issues there actually. So, making his car make some rather unusual sort of moves. So the Mamo on the back of James. Good race. Oh, is that Damir? No, it's just Meatball getting past Damir. Maybe Damir let him past, I'm not sure. Definitely yellow flag, operator into the pits. People are struggling on the medium tyres, I think. I don't think these medium tyres are performing particularly well. Right now, it looks to me like the hard tyre starters have got a real advantage as we get a good view of Mamo coming through the inside of James. See, that does give James the DRS though. Mamo isn't within the 1 second of Corey, so James may be able to get him back here. Although in fact Mamo goes to the pits, so I'm not really too sure why he bothered making a move in the first place. He was pitting. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We've made it safely, so it doesn't really matter. Moser's going along nicely. He's up into P10 now with the pitters. Just ignore that because they may well be two-stopping some of those guys. It's hard to know. Mamo, I don't think is he's one-stopping. It's really slow later in the race. Alright, let's find us a small gap to go to. James close to Corey. And Master Spread, that is just there behind them. Nick into the pits. And a move from P2. As James makes the move on Corey. He's way before the braking zone, so nicely done. And up into P6 James goes, although maybe temporarily. That is a medium tyre driver overtaking a hard tyre driver, by the way, so maybe the medium's not quite, or at least not for everybody in a way. The mediums haven't completely gone yet. Maybe some are feeling they've gone enough to pit though, so we can see anything else going on. Any other battles maybe? Oh, Master Spread's been in. I missed that one. He's in to the soft. Sorry, to the hard tyre. So, I'm pretty sure actually that yeah. So I I've just realised Master Spread's in a Williams, glitches in an Alfa Romeo. I'm 99.9% sure that they are actually in the wrong cars. I think Spreader should be in the Alfa Romeo. Because they joined late in qualifying, they wouldn't have had a car choice. They'd just given them a car. So, but I suspect that those points will need to be changed over. So, just in your mind, imagine that Master Spread's currently driving an Alfa Romeo and not a Williams. There we go, so pitted, operator's pitted, Monkeys is pitted. In a way, 7-second lead now for car seat. 2 guys behind. And the ones that pitted. He's on the pit straight now, Mick Brolt. He's only come through the hairpin in sector 2, so he's right to, well, if you remember back to when he pitted, he came out ahead of Ozers. As I said about could Ozers maybe while he's got cold tyres be able to get past. He's now completed 5 laps, he's about to complete his 6th lap on the hard tyres, so that's how long it's taken Mick Brolt to get back to where he was when he came out the pits originally. Those guys in the pits. So we're quite close to Adams with Mick Brolt. I think Adams is going to get out ahead. He has. So Adams out ahead of Mick Brolt with a 6th lap advantage on the hard tyres. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to keep Mick Brolt behind. How quick this lad is, but gives him a chance. And Moomin is in from P2. That's a reaction to Nick, by the way. Who, by the way, after his pit stop, he's in P4, Nick. So Moomin in. I just want to go to see exactly where Moomin is. He's coming out the pits. That's going to be close to these guys, but I think he's going to exit just ahead as well. Oh my word. Mick Brolt will not be appreciating these pit exits. A bit careful there. Obviously, said earlier on, the cold tyre effect is nowhere near what it was in last year's game, but there is still a tiny effect. So Mick Brolt will be maybe braking a tiny bit earlier than he will once he's a few laps into the stint. So not me, Moomin. Let's carry on now. The interview. To mention, Nick currently doing a massive undercut here. I think he takes the lead when Carsey pits now. The gap's 17 seconds, 17.2 seconds. So I think you'll find, as long as no safety cars interact with it, touch wood on that, as long as no safety cars interrupt with it, I think you'll find Nick will take the lead of the race. As Moomin goes around the Mick Brolt goes around the, no, do it the other way round. Mick Brolt goes around the outside of Moomin. These guys need to try and stick with him if they can. He may need to turn this into a 2-stop, as I said earlier. I'm not 100% convinced that Mick Brolt will go to the end on those hard tyres. It's definitely a track. A safety car will have been expected, so I wouldn't be surprised if a few of the drivers have to change strategy or even have to start massively fuel saving actually at some point. If they've really thought, you know, for those that maybe just absolutely assumed that there will be a safety car. So Moomin gets back ahead of Mick Brolt. Stick with these guys for a moment. He's got that at a point where Mick Brolt's going to get the DRS all the way out the pit straight. And into the pits is Gunnar and Carsey. Nick does indeed take the lead of the race. Oh, Moomin's off track. Moomin's gone off track, but Adams has gotten through. Oh, Moomin's had to pit. So Moomin in to go to medium tyres and a front wing change. But Carsey came out P2 then. He's only 2 seconds behind Nick. Well, as great a driver as Nick is, it's going to be nigh on impossible, quite honestly, for him to fight off Carsey with fresh or medium tyres. But there is a chance that Carsey may suffer on those mediums later in the race. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that would be the case, or that he'd suffer any more than Nick would on the hards, but it is a possibility from what we've seen. So regardless of that, Nick's having an absolutely superb race at the moment, I have to say. Very, very impressive. As is Adams, by the way. What a race he's having at the moment. Can he hold off Meatball? That's the only question, really. Can he hold off Meatball to take a podium this evening? Just want to head down a little bit. I'm just aware that we are watching a lot of the front drivers, so noticed that we've got a little bit of a battle going on here for P8 between James and Dorian. So Dorian 4-lap old hards, James on 3 laps, so James with a 1-lap advantage. That won't be a massive amount of time on a set of hards, so not any real advantage there, but every little helps, as they say, as Tesco says anyway. You never know, if I say these things I might get some big sponsorship deal from Tesco if I say enough. Carsey sets fastest lap of the race, I best go up to them. This is for the lead of the race. Probably miss an overtake where we've just been now, but the fact is, we do need to be watching this. It is for the lead of the race. So right on the back of Nick. He knows there's no rush here, Carsey. You can see the ERS light flashing away on the back of the Red Bull. He knows he's got 40% energy. As operator gets out the way, the other Ferrari gets out the way for Nick and his teammate. And here we are then, so you can expect by turn 1, Carsey to be leading this race. There we have it. He's on his favourite outside, but it's not going to matter. He's got it done before they reach the corner in a way. And into P1 Carsey goes, and you can very much expect him to disappear now. But just to show how well Nick is doing, look at the gap between him and P3. It's 12.6 seconds ahead of Adams, who currently occupies P3. Absolutely nailed it tonight, hasn't he, Nick? Superb. I'm sure he's a driver that's used to winning a lot of races, and I'm sure he will win races in WAOF1. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. It's dropping places, or he's into the pits. So, again, I've got absolutely no idea what that yellow flag was for. Disappeared too quickly. 23. It's like when somebody actually retires, you want to look at the wreckage, but they get rid of the car too quickly. Can't see it. Carsey once again sits fastest lap. Sorry, just sat here looking at Nick now. Let's where have we got a battle? We got Dorian, Steele and James, but actually a little bit further down we've got Ozers and Moomin. Moomin, in fact, well, actually, fictitious Alfa Romeo sandwich. Ozers is an Alfa Romeo, but remember, Glitch is actually driving for Williams this evening. As into the pits comes Glitch. So yeah, of course he's two stopping, so you will enjoy some lovely pit. There is something lovely about when you're two stopping, about when you make your final pit stop and you know that you've now got the best tyres on the track for the rest of the race. He serves a penalty as well, actually, so it just takes a bit longer. It's a bit annoying for him, actually, because he should have come out ahead of this group, but that penalty being served in the pits. You know, he'd much rather have had that added to his time at the end of the race rather than serving it in the pits. That ain't the way it works. And now, on soft tyres, I didn't realise he'd gone to softs, but now on soft tyres he's going to need to make his way past those guys to gain those places back. And the guy directly ahead of him is only on 1 lap on mediums, and that's Whale. As we've got a battle here, it's James, Master Spread and Dorian. Nearly missed it, but they're just in time. So, they've got a lapped car as well, trying their absolute best to stay out of the way. I think that's Monkeys, who does stay out of the way, goes nice and high around the hairpin and stays as best out of the way as he possibly could. So well done, Monkeys, on that one. And there we go. This is going to be a good one to watch, I feel. Master Spread. Yeah, I mean, anybody that's sort of watches my streams, so if you know WAOF1, PRF1, that sort of thing, you'll know Spreader's a very good driver, and James is driving brilliantly today, so he could keep Spreader at bay. And he does have a free lap tyre advantage, but again, it's not going to be easy. Spreader could see the light flashing on the car ahead, but ultimately his light's flashing as well, so not going to get it done here, and he's going to come under attack from Dorian, and goes around the outside. Doesn't seem to get the better exit. Some lovely driving from all 3 of these guys. Look, the lapped car and Monkeys is actually looking just every bit as quick as these guys. Well, he is on fresh softs actually, so it's actually quite frustrating for him, I'd imagine, being stuck behind them. Mamo loses out to Gunnar, and then he has a little moment. Gunnar up to P5. He's not having a very good race, isn't he? Only on 6 lap on mediums. He did a long first stint on the hards. It's going to give him lovely tyres for the rest of this race. Could you catch me? Probably, in fact. And Adams, he might actually be fighting for a podium by the end of this race, you know, Gunnar. I think Burrell gets it done before the braking zone. But again, 6 lap disadvantage on tyres. May struggle to drop Adams here. If Adams could stay on the back of Meatball here and battle with him, that would give Gunnar the chance to catch them. It'd be a better chance than just sort of driving around, because he's on 7 lap old mediums. Adams is only on 10 lap old hards, so quite honestly, those hards won't be much different to the hards. Those hards won't be much different to Gunnar's mediums, I shouldn't imagine. Whereas Meat Bros on 16 laps definitely will be. Gunnar definitely lost some time there somewhere. Almost lost a second, so maybe had a little moment or something. Let's go back down to this battle in a way. So James, Master Spread, and Dorian. Poor old Monkey stuck on the back of him, nowhere to go. on beautiful fresh softs. He wants to have a go at fastest lap, but he can't. There's cars that have lapped him ahead of him. So, again, have a look from Spreaders POV. These hards get older and older. Driving in the dirty air, the car ahead will become harder and harder. You can just see the odd occasional little, just wrecked a little bit and stuff like that. Dirty air that we causing that from the car ahead. So we have yellow flags. These, if I can find them. That's his Lego lamb. So that was at the hairpin, the large banking hairpin. So the car that passed him was his teammate Whale, who's just made a move on Alex as well. So Whale on Alex P16, but not a day to remember for the Aston Martins at the moment. I was just wondering why Mackenzie was listed there, but it's because he's in laps. I think that must be Farsi then. Yeah, it is. There we go, that explains that. So Farsi going past. 8-second lead now to Nick, but Nick now has 14 seconds to meet Bro, who hasn't dropped Adams yet. Gunnar, by the way, is now dropped back below Mamo. So for what reason? Gunnar's mediums just don't seem to be working for him. Let's not forget the driver's ahead of him very, very quick, but unless he had a moment or something, I'm trying to what actual. Well, he's about 8 seconds behind now, Adams, so that's about another second that he's lost, isn't it? So I don't think that really equates to having an off-the-track moment or anything like that. So just seems to be struggling on the medium tyres. It's a shame for him because he was strategy-wise, he's nailed it. But for some reason, whereas the mediums are working an absolute charm for Carsey, for Gunnar, he seems to be really struggling on them. So I've just looked up at the lap. I've just realised we're on lap 31 already. Where has this race gone? It's just disappearing. It's when it's good racing and when... Look at this battle here. This is that freeway battle again. And Master Spread finally... He's got him past James. But James will have DRS up the pit straight. Here we go. Willie getting back up into turn 1. Quite a distance to catch him. No, I think he's going to have to fall in behind. As oh dear, Dorian's completely missed his braking. He did his absolute best to avoid everything. There's nothing on Spreader there at all. Not anything. Certainly not Spreader's fault in any way, shape or form. The contacts. That was completely on Dorian. It's just a mistake. Missed his braking while trying to overtake James. And thankfully, never caused anything other than a spin for himself. At the moment, James is right there. It's a little confusing because of his lap teammate on the back of him. Monkeys will probably be thinking, yeah, can you let me pass? You're my teammate, but ultimately he wouldn't then be able to get past. I mean, he can overtake them if he wants, but he's, you know, has he really got the speed to get away from them? I've just realised that these guys have caught Gunnar. Oh, Gunner's dropped 7.3 seconds behind Mamo, so he clearly has had a moment this time. And Master Spread goes to the inside and makes the move. So Spreader up to 6th now. Guinness appeared to be struggling on his mediums, but actually that's led to some sort of spin or something. Very clean penalty-wise today. Corey has a penalty, Well has a penalty. Monkeys and Operator have penalties. I'm not sure if Taylor has or not. I think Mackenzie might do. I just see when he comes back out the pits. So he's going to attempt a fastest lap. I think he's just switching to the soft tyres. Let's just nip down a second, guys, to Whale. He's right on the back of Glitch here. Well, does have a penalty. Glitch on 8 lap hold softs. Probably not be feeling too amazing right now. Be better than they were on the first stint. It's when he used softs on. So he ain't got the fuel on board. Although I'd imagine these were, I can't imagine these were brand new. Although they might have been actually. He didn't really qualify, did he? So surely a chance now for Whale. Knows the opportunity's there, so he moves straight to the inside, and the inside he goes, and into P14. So he needs to get out of the penalty range of Glitch, but he's given himself a chance to do that. He's got 3 laps to try and extend that gap, so he's got a chance there. Who else we've got? Ozers is on the back of Corey, who has a penalty, so Ozers with a real chance to put that place up at the end. But I think right now our battle is this one for P3 and this one, which is for P6 ultimately, 6, 7 and 8. Right, James has just gotten past Gunnar for P7. So, sorry, let's go back to the other battle. This is for a podium spots. At the end of the day, as Ozers gets past Corey. So, not content to sit behind and take the position on the penalty. Ozers gets past on track for P11. Well done, Ozers. And with his teammate, who, remember, is actually Spreader in the Williams in P6. It's looking like a decent day for Alfa Romeo at the moment. Yeah, Chips, I mentioned earlier on, you know, but, well, I guess that's the difference between those penalties and the ones, like in real life, that's the difference between those penalties and the ones which are added onto your race time at the end. Obviously, these are added to your race time at the end, but I guess that's part of the penalty, isn't it? I don't know. I don't really know. We got yellow flags out again for no obvious reason that I can see. I mean, it could of course be lap cars that are minding that of people's way. So something's happened to Spreader actually. He's going slow. Spreader's out of fuel. How has that happened? He's out of fuel. His fuel light's on, and he's just driving slowly. Wow, okay. Will he be the only one? Gunnar's... Right, okay. Now that explains it. That's why Gunnar's been driving so slowly. His light is flashing away like mad. He's fuel saving. I don't think he's had a moment anywhere. I think he's fuel saving. So that is gifted James P6, which is an awesome result for James. As long as he holds on to it in the last couple of laps, don't want to tempt fate. Oh, we got our first DNF. Lego Lamb is out. That wasn't his car there. That was a Mercedes. Oh, goodness me. Who was that? That was Damir. That we saw off track. So I'm not sure what that was for. So, anyway, let's get back to this battle for the podium. See, he's going to go down to the wire. Sure, it's not who Meatball expected to be battling with. As Carsey wins in Zandvoort. I actually thought there was another lap. I'm not going to lie, I thought there was another lap. Carsey wins in Zandvoort. Nick, P2. Brilliant result, Nick. Don't forget the podium interview. Meatball, it looks like he's going to get it. It's going to be P3 for Meatball, which ultimately, because of his incident, he's got to be pretty happy with that, I think. Adams in a superb P4. Mamo P5. James P6. Oh my goodness, how do I decide out of James and Adams for driver of the day? Change 3 places, 1 place. Well, James is up 3, whereas Adams is up 1. Of course, that's for 4th, and that's for 6th. Both penalty free, so they're both eligible. That is such a hard decision to make, I'm not going to lie. Let's just do the rest of the countdown. Dorian in P7. Oh, what's just happened there? Oh, Meatbro left the session, so it's made him a dick. Why do you leave the session? So there we have it. Driver of the day goes. Well, the game gives driver of the day to Mamo, but I think I'm going to give mine to. Oh, I'm so torn. I may as well toss a coin. Should I toss a coin? I've got a coin to hand. I've got one over there in the cupboard somewhere. No, I'm going to have to make this decision, aren't I? And I think I'm going to have to give it to... I'm going to give driver of the day to Adams, but I feel so bad on James. It's... I'm mainly giving it to Adams because I don't want to be seen to be biased towards the other admins. But in all fairness, it's how can I pick between them? They've both driven brilliantly tonight, so I guess James has sort of gotten a bit lucky to get P6 in the end there. Adams, who's really P4, Meatball, of course, it's DNF'd him because he'd left the session before everybody crossed the line. He actually finished third, so Adams P4. He was there solely on merit. Obviously, James is there absolutely on merit, but just with a bit of luck. 1:10.5 fastest lap for Carsey. Ozer's in a superb P8. Corey brilliant in 9th. Gunnar drops to 10th, and Meatbro 11. Damir in 12. Let me just quickly go to the bottom of that. I've forgotten to go through the instance, or I didn't forget, I just ran out of time. So apologies for that. But let's get then the top 3 in. So Carsey, let's get you in. Nick. And it's supposed to be Meatball, but he's left the session. There's Meatball. He's already on Rocket League, loving it. Good evening. Oh, Glitch has just joined me party. Did I accidentally invite you, Glitch? It's because the names move about as people leave the party. There's Meatball. Who have I got now? So I've got Meatball and Nick. No worries, mate. Okay. It was supposed to be Carsey. It was also... That's what's happened. Carsey left the session as I obviously invited. You two are trying to get onto Rocket League, aren't you? That's what it is. Forget can do the interview first.
He's already there by the looks of it.
Yeah. Meat Bro, just a note for future: try not to leave the sessions before everybody's crossed the line, buddy, because it messed up the final standings.
Okay, no problem.
It's not an issue; it gets sorted out. But just so you know, okay, guys, if I just ask you just to make absolutely sure that you've included your audio.
CC.
Okay, tick your little boxes. Okay. Well, Meat Bro, we'll come to you first. P3, if you could just take us through your race quickly, first of all, please.
Yeah, well, kind of. It didn't go to plan. I'll say that much. The plan was to start on the soft and kind of break out a gap because I knew I didn't have the pure pace to match to challenge for the win. But that didn't quite go to plan. So I went for the undercut and decided to try and kill myself on my outlap, which lost me about 12 seconds.
Yeah, I was on board with you. So.
But considering how it went, I think P3 is as good as I could have got, and I managed that. So you take it.
I mean, ultimately, because of the way things went, with the mistake on your outlap, and that cost you a lot of time. When you bear in mind, by the time you got, because you came out of the pits just ahead of Ozers, by the time you got back past Ozers, you'd done 6 laps on those tyres. So that gives you an idea of, just how long it cost you. So it ruined any chance of undercutting Carsey to get a win, really. On P2, but to still get P3, is a great result. Fair play to Adams, by the way, on P4. What a result for Adams that is. So he's gained some pace, isn't he? He's a lot quicker now.
Oh no, I was concerned he was going to get me on the last lap because I was about 70% tyre wear on those hard.
Yeah, he had 6 laps on the tyres, so
not a pleasant last few laps. I'll say that much.
No, that's it. So, in fact, I did comms on a race the other night. Somebody did blow up on 70%. Their right rear gave up at China. So, yeah, although that was on the mediums, admittedly. Okay, in a way, good result, mate. In a way, when you take into account everything that's happened, good result. Congratulations to the podium.
Thanks.
And well done. Nick, I'll come to you. It's nice to talk to you, buddy. Congratulations on a brilliant drive, brilliant result. Nice to lead the race there a little bit. I thought you were going to be a bit more than 2 seconds ahead when you come out of the pits.
Well, he's quick, isn't he?
Yeah. But take us through your side of it and how your race went from the start.
Moomin got me up the inside at the start. I had a nice little battle with him in the first couple of turns, and then for the next few laps. And then, I don't know. It's pretty. I was just praying they weren't going to be. I was trying to keep pace, and then when I got this P2, and I wondered where Meatball was, and I seen the gap. I was just like, well, let's hope no safety car brings him back into it.
Yeah.
And let's go. Let's try and keep a gap.
Yeah. Shout out to the league really there on no safety cars at Zandvoort. Very, very good indeed.
Clean driving by.
I would like to disagree.
Oh, okay. So because you wanted a safety car.
Oh no, I was praying for one.
Man, my ears were rang off me. He was just screaming the whole race every time there was the slightest yellow flag. Safety car, please, come on. Never often, it was great.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I was hoping there wasn't going to be one. So.
Thanks,
well, Nick, you've had a fan in the chat as well, so you've given them a good watching. So we haven't commented for a little while, so I've lost their name. What's their name? Matt Murder.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He was supporting you.
Nice.
There we go. So, congratulations, man. P2. Been great watching you race, and you've clearly got pace, obviously. Expect to see you on the podium quite a lot moving forward, I should imagine. We hope so, in a way.
Hopefully.
But, congratulations, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Carsey, I'll come to you. Another day at the office, another win. Ultimately, obviously, the instant for Mick Brol on his outlap made things that much easier for you. But again, I think there was a little bit of strategy going on. You seem to pretty much wait for Meatball's tires to start going, the softs to start going, and then you hammered your ERS, got out of 1 second again. So we had this conversation last week actually after Spa. But...
yeah, no, he was on the softs, and then just from practicing for once in my life, actually, like usually we're pretty much exactly level in pace, but for whatever reason, this is just not his track in the similar way, like the likes of Brazil wouldn't be mine. So I knew I had a few tenths pace advantage. So once the tires started to go off, then it was just a case of using a wee bit to get away. Once I saw him flashing, then I knew that it wasn't too much of an issue. And then after that, it was just a case of not getting worried by how much Nick was catching me when he was, when he pitted so much earlier, because I swear I blinked and all of a sudden he was 16 behind instead of like 20 something.
Yeah.
But then obviously I knew the tire advantage would come back with me. I didn't expect it to be so much, to be honest. I was a little bit worried when I saw how far ahead of me he was when he came out, but then the tires were just so fast, the new mediums, so I didn't really need to worry for the rest of the race.
Yeah. There was a moment I was getting a bit worried for you because Gumner had done the same strategy and pitted the same lap as you, and he seemed to suddenly start struggling until much later on when I realised his fuel light was flashing away like mad. So I realised actually he was doing like huge fuel savings. So
I had 3 laps extra like at the start of the race, so by the end of it I still had like just under 2, so I was fine.
Nice. Okay, well, congratulations, all 3 of you, on your podiums. The 2 of you that want to go on and play that kids' game that you want to play, the car football, you carry on. I'm not.
We signed up for a tournament at 10, so we were lucky there was no
safety cars.
Safety cars, yeah.
Minutes. All right, then, guys. Yeah. Well, you can carry on and jump into that. Okay. I'm just going to wrap it up. So, thank you to all of you and for joining, and congratulations on your podiums. Moomin, awesome racing with all of you. Yeah, great job, guys. Was a very good race tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, as always, guys, everybody that's watched through the stream, thank you ever so much, and for any comments made as well. And it's been it just keeps me sort of going throughout the stream and entertained. So thank you very much to all of you. Thanks to everybody that watches the streams back. I really appreciate all of it. So thank you very much. So do the league owners and the drivers. So thank you very much for all of it, guys. I will be back personally for comms on Friday night at 8:30 for PRF1. So come and join me for that one. After the ordeal of Monaco last week, it'll be good to be somewhere else. I can't remember where we are, but we're somewhere else. I'm racing for the next 2 nights, so I should be offline to do that. But other than that, see you Friday. Good night. God bless. Have a safe rest of your week, and be good, guys. Cheerio.